No tea, straight season in the situation. Salt and Peppa podcast is the nation. Melanation, you know what it mean. I will always show love to my queens. No tea, straight season in the situation. Salt and Peppa podcast is the nation. Melanation, college educated, hustlepreneurs, you can't hate it.
It hurts, but I am tired.
I took a second step getting out the truck just to kind of calibrate and pull it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heard you. Get grounded.
Yeah, like just, you're standing now. Now walk. It's a lot of effort.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. It's SMP Monday. SMP Monday. SMP Monday. I missed you guys. Holidays takes us away. That means it's a week without therapy. But we're back. We're back. Yeah, I'm excited about this episode. We got a collaboration going on.
What?
If you watch from season 1 to...
I don't know what season was, but it was wild. I got a lot of comments about that.
I was about to say, I think it was season 2.
It was season 2.
It was season 2.
It was.
This was one of the highest play episodes that season.
If I know how to Millie Rock, I'd put it right here.
Hey. It was when we talked about
I
relationship.
missed you though. You're such a great person.
We talk about the difference between
Religion relationship.
yes.
You didn't tell me my whole time I had like the fat boy scrunch in my shirt going on. Like
You know what?
You know, like when you stand up, the buttons fit.
They can't even.
No, this was before. Like
On
you know
that
how
episode.
when you get just standing up, everything's flat, but when you sit down, everything expands. So the whole episode, my buttons were trying to conceal. And the more excited we get and laugh, the buttons jiggle. I'm like, God.
I was supposed to notify you of that.
You was looking at
Eye
me.
level. I was eye contact. So we was having
You
great
are somebody's
dialogue.
mother. I know you have orbital space kind of panoramic view. You had to have seen that. I'm like, bro, I can't even like fake a pack. Like, so I deliberately went all the way through the laundry room. I said, I'm gonna find some drugs because gotta add a little meat out, a little whatever.
Oh, not me.
And then have a color that can't be described.
Okay.
I heard you.
And talk
Makes
cash
sense.
and money.
Period.
I came to the right podcast to talk my talk.
But we definitely had to have Mike Rose back in the building. This time, not just as
I'm glad I'm not the one that makes my own horns.
yeah, this time not as a guest, but as a collab of his being his own pod curator.
Do you see the microphone? This one's mine.
The Cutting Board Podcast.
Get at the season 2. Get at me.
Period.
Bro, season.
You see why we celebrated
It just
so
sounds
hard.
nice.
Yeah.
Cause man,
Yeah. We'll be soon wrapping up season 4.
yo.
Not old.
I remember the middle of the street shoot. We gotta run that back anyway.
That was the premiere.
We gotta run that back.
This is a world
I
premiere.
got new cameras. I got new technique. Man, we gotta show you how to sauce.
So we might as well get into this because we always tend to forget these days. Look, you already forgot. It's okay.
It's your girl Sault.
And your girl Peppa.
We coming to give you no tea, straight seasoning.
We're just two best friends.
Giving our views
and our perspectives
on this thing called life.
Period.
Apparently, I'm not doing enough in my life because I don't have that. All y'all get is like the sexy active voice. You've now entered another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rose, and welcome.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
Sometimes a little late
But
night.
that was sauce.
That's all you
There was
need.
cadence and stuff. I'm like, I don't have a co-host.
4 seasons of rehearsals and still messed up.
Now we just completely forget.
But
we
that
just
one was
start
fine.
talking.
Because she did try to set you up and you just looked at her.
Like, oh, is it my turn?
I was supposed to say
Is
something.
it my turn now?
Oh, and your life, so it's not like we can just stop and then go backwards.
But
It's
honestly,
okay.
I think this is where I'm gonna go leads into what we're gonna
boy.
be talking about
You already making a
anyways.
face at me.
But like the saying of, our saying, or you said it already has a cadence. It took us a while to get
there.
a cadence or a rhythm or groove and figure out what works for us and what's our lane in this pod arena and what our sound is like and It took us a minute. It took
us
4 seasons. But it's funny because they say you have to see a person through all 4 seasons to really feel like you. We had to see this pod through 4 seasons to actually get what our grounding is, our footing, and figure out our flow and how we may be best friends and known each other, but this is a different type of.
But when you start working with your homie, you find out something.
But it's not even that. You find out something.
You find out something.
But not even all bad. You just find out, all right, she's not a talker at all.
Maybe.
The first season, I was like, maybe my bitch just not a...
Wait, you're not a talker?
Not a talker at all.
You always talk to me when I see you.
Comfortability.
When I see you. I'm the type of person that sit back in a room full of people and watch for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I finally say,
hey.
How you doing?
And that's to one person.
That's I just talked to this girl. I was in class for 6 months with her, and she said for the first 3 months, I didn't say nothing.
Intentionally or unintentionally?
I just was in class. I don't know.
I came here to learn. I didn't come here to socialize. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we differ at, because I'm saying hi to everybody.
Oh, I know. You made a legendary stamp on several spaces we've been in.
I'm saying hi to everybody.
Yeah, still ring bells, so you know.
Where? How? Why?
At the 357.
Oh,
still ringing bells.
Sure. What I do?
What didn't you do? That's a better statement.
The better statement. Okay, so these must be good things.
Depends who you ask. To me, they're great things. To the individuals, that they got a standard that's set now. Like they don't know what to do. They're like, we can't do that because Nye ain't here. Oh, but okay, go ahead, do it. Whatever Nye said, do that.
No, my girl, and I miss my girls, truly. I do.
Run.
I do. I wouldn't say I would work there. I just would probably go and say hi occasionally.
Don't be fell off the red wall, bro. Let that go.
You know what?
Like, but
I'm so scarred. I can't even get over that.
Dumpty had a great fall.
Oh, great fall. And all the Kings melon and all the King people couldn't put it back together again.
You're annoying.
Shout out to Bristol General. Because, my brain has not come back to the realization of the week I've had. I'm saying, okay, that's why I'm about to quit.
My brain just hasn't.
It's just too much to put together.
My brain hasn't. Once I left that place, I left it where it was at. My brain hasn't.
I don't understand people trying to spin the block.
I work for the state now.
Oh, wait, no, you got to say that with a little...
No, she said it with all the poise she needed.
I work for the state now.
I work for
I am a mandated reporter.
She's an author.
And an author.
Yeah.
Period.
Have y'all ordered your copy? Digital release?
Because if y'all didn't, y'all disrespectful.
I am unavailable. Becoming Self-Full is on pre-sale right now until the 15th. And then you can get your paperback.
I'm wondering if y'all haven't ordered already. Like, I'm trying to figure out what have you been doing with your time?
I don't know.
You're not spending it correctly.
You should be halfway through it by now.
No,
They've been on pre-sale.
They should have found out if they got the
I
little
thought the digital
joint.
copy.
Yeah, it's on pre-sale, but you won't get it until the 15th.
Oh, okay.
It just lets you buy it before it's actually available.
Listen, that's more notes
I done started reading mine.
I got like 6 chapters of a book.
I started reading mine. You got an early copy. That
ain't you a feature in the book? You got a chapter to yourself?
I don't know. I ain't get that far yet.
She's a slow reader. It's okay. She'll get there.
She was in class.
I'll call her in 3 weeks.
I literally just said, if I read this book within 6 months, my best friend gonna be proud of me.
I swear to God.
That's consistent effort. I can appreciate that. That's dope.
I read a page, I put it down. I read a page a week later, I put it down.
See, I've had third shift conversations with said author. I ain't putting that book down.
See, T is there's only one person I know who read the
whole damn book
front and back. And that was T.
In 20 minutes.
But just about.
I don't know what type of brain that
It was more.
Reading.
No, it was more than 20 minutes. But she
sat there and read it
that night.
If I'm gonna read a book, I gotta be one or two places, not at my house or on the toilet. Either way, the book gonna come with me.
Aggie.
Listen, you just gotta make sure you get the right angle so your legs don't fall asleep.
I tried that before. It doesn't work for me.
That's because you are a special
I don't know
creature.
what. Oh, thank you.
No, that was certainly a compliment.
I don't know what setting I need to read in.
Maybe you need like a hammock or something.
You need an audio.
Audiobook and
I can't.
AirPod.
No, that's so boring to me. I have to have a paper book. I can't read it on my phone.
So is it a matter of where you read it?
I don't know.
Maybe you need a hammock. You got a hammock in your life?
I do. Hammocks are very peaceful to me.
I'm scared of hammocks.
They are. How many days I sat in a hammock?
I lost count after 5, 6.
But you gotta understand weight distribution, and there's a lot of me and not a lot of cloth.
You know
I'm
what?
Immediately nervous.
All right, so let's talk about staying in your lane.
So that's a series that we're on. We're on authenticity. We've been talking about just that. What is it like to stay in your own lane? I heard somebody say like, I like my own lane because there's less traffic. And I've been living like that for like the last.
There's no traffic. There may be
because it's my lane.
But the crazy part is, I mean, how I would see it for myself. There's no traffic. It's mine. I created it. I invented it.
Yeah,
I'm
highway
moving on
patrol.
my path.
I move them out the way.
However, there's
in a row.
cars behind me.
This is true. And they tailgating like a mug too.
And it's not even tailgating. They just more so mimicking. They like and they see and they want to do, but I'm the blueprint. I'm copywritten. So you could use it.
But I'm going to sue your ass.
No, you could use it, but it won't. Your benefit won't be the same.
So let me
The
tell you
harvest you reaping won't be the same because it wasn't your seed that you should never planted.
Let me tell you in the cooking terms. I can give y'all all the ingredients. Don't mean you don't get the sauce right, baby. I was watching something else. It was like, what's the difference between juice and sauce? You buy your favorite juice, which I love the red Minute Maid. It's only gonna last a day and a half in my refrigerator.
Aggie.
How long ketchup lasts in your refrigerator?
A month.
Forever.
Sauce and juice. I got the sauce. Y'all got the juice. It's the
Real
residue.
quick.
You know what I'm saying? It's temporary.
I like that.
That was a good one.
The
Yeah.
last time you looked at the drawer, you found a bunch of duck sauces you forgot about.
Man,
The sauce.
I don't even save those no
You know what
more.
I'm saying? But you give me one of them sweet teas over from Tom's, it's lit.
I
Hey,
go
the
home.
sweet teas from Tom's with the little, it's not even a cup, it's a container with a
And I'm here
lid.
for all of
How
it.
much is it now? Remember, they was $1, but I know.
Inflation.
I know, $1.75,
Can we
but
please
$2.25,
segue into
something like
inflation and how Walmart got almost like everybody cussed out this morning? So I figure I'm gonna pull up.
What did the builder do?
Ooh, it was the building, the little smiley faces that be lying to me, the little bitty polyester vests, the little Polynesian kids that really make all their products. It was everybody. I was so mad this morning. Cause I figured,
The Polynesian kids.
all the little Polynesian kids, they're gonna get an angry letter in their language.
I'm
Not in their language.
Whatever
was gonna translate it
holographics I gotta draw, and I was gonna send it on a pigeon to make it authentic.
Oh.
So I went to Walmart thinking I gotta cook for my family tonight, and I'm out of stuff. I don't like spending money if I don't have to. I'm gonna go to Wally World. I go into Wally World. Now, mind you, I memorized Flatbush Walmart because I used to live near Flatbush Walmart. I know exactly where to aisle, tomato sauce. I'm in the wrong aisle. I walked out of said aisle and walked right back in as if it was my fault that the prices was wrong. So let me just look. These ain't even jar pasta sauces. Why y'all got dollar signs near them? In the can, they supposed to be cents. This supposed to be a decimal with numbers behind it. Y'all got dollar signs. Okay. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go to store brand. There's still dollar signs? Why is every can over $2?
What were you buying?
I just needed some pasta sauce. I was making chop suey tonight. I just need some pasta sauce and some tomatoes.
Oh, like 79 cents. Price right.
See,
He wasn't that price right.
oh no, I'm
No,
down the
Wally
street.
World.
But see, it's still it's the residue of first of the month. I don't like dealing with
No,
EBT
every
warriors.
store, but every store do
EBT
that.
warriors.
They add on $1 or $2 around food stamp drop time.
But you gotta know this. I knew what to expect when I went in there. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get these little $2 can Johns. I need some cheese. You can't have chop suey without no cheese. I go down the cheese. Great value is a lie. This bag said this was great
Great
value.
value.
Why are you charging me $4 for this pretend mozzarella that barely melts? I am appalled at what is happening. And I realized that the stocking person has been watching me going in and out of the same aisle trying to convince myself that I'm not in the Matrix. So you want to get cussed out, don't you? Because I know you see what I saw when I seen it. This is not right.
Nah, I saw when I saw
I saw it when I seen it. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. Then I said, I'm in the checkout line doing first of all, Flatbush is the dumbest place in God's creation because there's 92 self-checkout lanes and 6 of them work. So I'm swiping my stuff out. This dude bought his uniform at said Walmart, put it on in the back, and it came back to be the security. Everything say security on it, but his persona. The hat, the shirt, the little, Guatemanian cargo
I'm
pants.
so over this story.
Cause I was just mad. I was mad the whole way back home. Cause I couldn't understand how I went over almost $10 for some Guatemanian. Listen.
Polynesian.
Polynesian and Guatemanian.
Guatemanian.
So I go to the door. He gonna look at me like I'm gonna hand him a receipt. I'm carrying the cans. Where do you want me to pull a receipt from? This hand and this hand that both got cans in it that was more than what they were supposed to be. Sir, I'm gonna walk past you, and I ask that you don't have me turn around to send you this 36-cent piece of paper that I didn't steal pasta sauce from your establishment. Mind you, I'm outside.
Well, you want Flatbush.
Yo, they got all the drawers locked up. Don't let me go on a tangent. I get annoyed going into Walmart. Why do I have to get special assistance to get underwear? Don't nobody buy my size anyway.
Bro.
They don't steal my size.
Bro.
Let's steal their size. I got the biggest drawers in Walmart.
You know you complain about the ghetto.
No, because you go to East Windsor, the same thing.
No, it's not.
East Windsor don't.
Cromwell not.
They on their way.
I don't think I was just in. I ain't go down the drawers aisle, but
Because y'all classy. Y'all don't buy your drawers at Walmart. I bought my drawers at Walmart. They all
I don't
common.
even remember the last time I went in store to buy drawers. I ordered.
I
knew this was going to go
Yeah,
somewhere.
and I knew it was going to hit right there.
Somewhere.
What?
Because you legendary
Nothing.
for just being you.
Nothing.
It's lovely.
What I do?
We
Be
ain't
you.
say nothing about you.
Don't feel guilty.
Child, I own 7 pair.
And they, never mind. Yep, silence right there. Because not
Ask me when the last time I seen them 7
not
pair.
one of them useful. She been in this house 36 years. She ain't unpacked the drawers yet. They are still in the same.
I believe
tub.
in free balling and living life and letting Mother Nature breathe and
You supposed to, at least when you're going to sleep.
At
live.
least, listen, Sister Soldier. I believe in that for y'all. My coin purse got to be put away. Because I swear for God, if I roll over and hit the wrong side of this wood frame with my jewels, I'm awake now. We might as well start the day now. Because I'm not going, I can't even breathe.
I want
So
the visual
we here.
out my head.
Nope, we're here now.
I want the visual.
Just dark meat
out.
and knees.
All right.
Yeah.
And on today's news, we'll
On
be
today's
talking about.
episode.
Did we get into the topic yet?
No, we are. Cause
We was there.
we still there. The Walmart store still applies when I been full seller
okay.
ready. If Walmart was being their authentic selves, y'all know that y'all didn't make this in America. Y'all paid $1, not
Mike.
even y'all paid the can costs more than tomatoes in this can. But y'all not being real. Walmart, y'all know y'all owe us. Y'all owe us money. Y'all been feeding us this subpar stolen
Mike.
child food. Huh?
I'm stuck if Walmart was being they authentic
Stolen
self.
child food.
I'm not listening no more.
You know what? You know what the authentic version of Walmart is? Aldi's. Aldi's knows what it is. It doesn't complain. It doesn't gripe. They know you
Bag
come in here.
bottle stole.
All these bags gonna cost you more than your food. All the aisles don't make sense, but you're gonna get what you need.
Period.
The only name brand aisle is the one near the freezer. Besides that, you getting off-brand everything.
That's why they say we can even save you on your Walmart receipt.
Yo, listen, they telling Walmart, come back home. Come back to where you... Remember when the flash went off and get out? Leave.
Uh-oh.
Leave. Run.
I hate you.
That's what all these is saying to Walmart. Be who you are. Made me think about, people just be out here just tricking themselves. Just making believe in their mind that you something that you not. But it hurt my soul.
that's honestly, let's be real. That's everything today.
Social media.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's not reality. I mean, that's not just Walmart. That's everything and everybody's. Social media allows people to be whoever they want to be that day.
It's like, my ADD just caught it.
So-
I thought she was adjusting the seat to make it sit up, and I could have swore that was a bench or another chair. How are you adjusting this to make it? That's what I thought you were doing. I'm special. I'm sorry.
I was taking my shoes off.
God bless you, because mine's been off since we sat down. No, social media does create an atmosphere for people to develop personas, because at the end of the day, once I share it, once I post it, you can believe whatever narrative you want to until you realize the majority of your friends know you in real life. That's why I don't got friends. I know y'all.
Honestly, that's why I don't care. That's why when people be like, Oh, are you like this all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
Literally
I am like this all the time. 100% of the
There's
time.
no off button.
Because it's not even a fact of it being an off button. Who else do I know how to be?
Right.
Who else do I know how to be? Because I promise you, when I tried to be somebody else, it didn't work for me. I wasn't happy. I was uncomfortable. And baby, the show was about 70, 80 pounds heavier. I only know how to be me and be happy with myself.
Did you notice that little slide? Just sit up, baby. Let me see your neck. You know, the visual of the jawline.
All that.
Shout out to everyone.
If you was watching from season 1, you should know.
Listen.
Right.
Because Slim Thicker didn't turn into Slim Thicker.
You're aggy.
Listen, no, I watched the transformation. It was... Okay. Made me question a lot of things in my abdomen.
You're annoying. No, but I worked hard. I don't get how people could wake up in the morning and be like, let me try to be
somebody else.
No, be you. That's why nothing working for you
because
you're not being you.
I wake up in the morning. Who am I gonna?
Who do I want to be today?
And it's not even that they think about who I want to be, but it's more so like who you basing your life off of. Like you looking at everybody's life and being like, oh, I should have been here. I should have did this.
And motivation.
And then
now
you trying to. Now you want to be a boutique owner because Jasmine and Brittany and Tiana to open a boutique, so you know it could work and it gotta work for you.
B. Simone creating a bunch of fake millionaires. Oh my God.
It's not even. I'm not even gonna blame it on B. Simone because
I didn't blame her. I'm just saying I'm using that as a typology.
I wouldn't even use her as
that. That hurt my brain too.
Because if you want to be technical, I wouldn't even say blame. I think people watch people like BB Judy.
Yep.
They watch. I wouldn't even say B. Simone because to me, as an entrepreneur, she's a horrible example of an entrepreneur. But I let her live.
That's why I used it, because when I say a lot of people really thought that this was the sauce, this is the way to do certain things, and I'm really just watching like, y'all don't see the other parts of what she posts, do you?
I can honestly tell you, because I can only talk about what I've learned. Trying to get any success out of somebody else's vision ain't gonna do it for you, because it's not your vision. You don't have First off, it wasn't given to you, so it's not yours to have.
Wait, no, spin the block on that. It wasn't. You have to say that twice. I need that. That might be a T-shirt.
It wasn't given to you, so it's not yours to have.
Wow.
So you can't act on a vision that's not yours. But now that you're acting on something that's not yours, you don't have the game plan. You wasn't given the know-how. You wasn't given none of that. Like, Zuli, thank you for joining us. You wasn't given none of that. Like, how are you supposed to execute something you don't know about?
Right.
Granted, we all got to walk into fear, a foreign territory. That's all that fear is. To move out of something, you have to walk into something new. But to walk in something so blindly, not even just spiritually, but worldly and emotionally, you're not emotionally prepared for this. You don't even know what it's going to take for you to have to endure physically to get it done. You don't know none of that. Yet you stole somebody's vision. You don't know that girl staying up 3 days at a time to fulfill orders,
what she gotta do, right?
To put out stuff, and you think you can sleep 12 hours, work 2, shit 1, and the same thing gonna happen for you. You stole the vision, but you wasn't given the game plan.
I feel like this is why I'm not into buying them classes when they be having the master classes.
Oh, please.
Now
let's talk about
it.
Let's talk about
it. You hit a nerve.
I hate, first off, the women empowerment brunches, kiss my ass. Those, let me teach you a master class on how to be a motivational speaker. Baby, if you're speaking, you're already motivating. You don't need the class. Kiss my ass on all the workshops. Because it's nothing but a scam.
Now I think you
Why'd you hit me when you said
you could grab some stuff out of it. You might get a little motivation behind it, but I don't like how they be trying to give you, this is the blueprint.
No, it's
if
not.
you follow this exactly how I tell you to follow this, then you're gonna make it.
But here's my problem with that.
That's what you was doing.
Keyword,
how you know
what you were doing
it's not going to work for me.
I ran a McDonald's, right? But Fat Boy love Wendy's. You can't take the same formula from down the street and bring it to this kitchen and it makes sense. Mm-hmm. So when you're teaching these master classes on how to do something, I've been offered several times, oh, take this free Search Safe class or take this free class or why? Why?
It's free until the end.
Right. Because now they won't print your certs until you give them $49.95.
Right.
But my thing is, why should I follow your lane when I don't belong there? Mm-hmm. You found success in your own spot, and I'm happy for you. You found success in your own spot. That wasn't for me to follow in. Mm-mm. That wasn't the footsteps or the blueprint that was given to me. But now you're saying as if it's the end all be all, that this is the only way to success. Yeah. And so many insecure, blind, simple-minded folk, and I say it just the way I want to, will go and sign up for these classes when there's no fruit. Now, my mentor teach me, before you subscribe, add a friend, like a post, look for fruit. Mm-hmm. Now, she teach, or not only teach, but she's a mental health coach. If I was going to go to you, it wouldn't have been the first try, just because you whispered it. I want to watch fruit.
Right.
When I'm watching thousands of testimonials show up on a weekly basis, not off of type, I'm talking people showing up to the building off of what just happened. Oh, say less. I can take a class behind you. Mm-hmm. I'm with that. Because you have fruit. There's a receipt of your success. You're getting online showing me what success looks like. You're not showing me the finer details. Mm-hmm. You're not showing me what it took to get here. Right. I was thinking about on the way here. People don't understand the cost of entrepreneurship. Ooh. And I'm not talking about your overhead. I'm not talking about supplies. What is it going to cost you personally? Because when I started Mike's Mills, I was going through a divorce. When I started this podcast, I just got married to the person I was divorced to. When I started my photography business, same person still involved. But then I got kids, I got other jobs, I'm working in ministry. There's things that are times people don't understand. I haven't slept in like 3 days. Mm-hmm. What's today? Today's Monday? Mm-hmm. I don't think I've gotten a solid 8 in like a week and a half. You ready for that?
Right.
Let me look at y'all. Y'all ready for that?
Right.
Because y'all love the end result. Oh, we get to have parties. I got my face on flyers. Yeah. People like my posts. Yeah. Cool. You know how long it took me to record my first reel? It took me so long to figure out something so simple, and then nobody liked it. I did one recently that wasn't nobody popping on, and now every time I look on there, it's another 1,000 views, another 1,000 views. That didn't happen overnight. I still can't do reels. That was a fluke. I made that up. That was an accident. I went and took pictures with Kurt Franklin and Chandler Moore and Tamla Mann, and I'm posting thinking people going to gas me like, oh, 4 likes. But I put it on my story, 300 views. Uh-huh. I said, I should delete every one of y'all in my views.
What it comes down to is, even when it comes to support, I don't care
That's a foreign language.
Yeah.
I don't care for, and I thank everybody who listen and who share, but I no longer seek validation from support.
Facts. If I'm gonna do it,
I no longer expect, don't get me wrong, it be people coming and being like, yo, I listen to the podcast, y'all doing great, da-da-da. Wouldn't even thought times they was listening.
You was on my podcast.
But I could go to somebody who I be with on a daily or every other day, and they wouldn't bring nothing. I no longer look for the validity in the support.
And remember, that was our thing. Like up until season 2, it's like, oh, did anybody say something? Anybody give us some feedback? We wanted feedback. We wanted, even if it was negative, positive, whatever. We wanted feedback.
And when it didn't come at first, because this. I take everything that got to do with S&P personally. I was hurt because I'm like, damn, like, ain't nobody listening to my shit. Like, I want to talk my shit, listen to my shit. But then it was just like, I don't even care.
Remember, you said it when I told you about the numbers. I'm like, yo, I got 80 listeners on this episode. You was like, Mike, stop watching numbers. Don't even look at those. I'm like, wait, well, we're supposed to. He's like,
no. Once we hit other countries, it was like, okay, cool.
Oh, that's the benchmark? Because I've been in Germany. Shout out to Russia, India, Germany, Switzerland, Netherlands. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Listen, I believe
it's popping.
I was about to say,
I can't do the show. I'll figure it out.
The numbers I look at is who's listening where and what impact are we having.
Shout out to
And our biggest audience still to this day is Japan. Mm-hmm.
They love
still
us.
To this day, and it's not a 1% population, it's not a 2%. We've reached up to 6% population in Japan that's listening to Salt and Pepper.
That's far.
Now, if anybody know anything about the Asian cultures, they have the biggest populations in their towns, their cities, anything.
Oh, China has the biggest population in the whole.
I stopped looking for
Right.
the people to support me, and I just wait.
But you know that leads into your authenticity, right? Because a lot of people veer off the beaten path, so to speak, for their lives.
Because they're not getting congratulated.
Because no one's there to support me. No one's there to hold my hand. No one's there to applaud for me. No one's there to, oh my God, you did so great. Validity and authenticity are almost synonymous at this point.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that unless the next person says so. You know how many students I had in my prior employment that was trying to get valid off of the energy of somebody else? So I'm going to act out, get kicked out of class, and get suspended, but they're going to think I'm cool. Nigga, I don't care about being cool. My mama's at home. I got to answer to this.
You know the crazy thing is, and this may be a little to the left, but it made me think of it. Like you said, people get validity off of being told what they are.
Yeah.
But we also get it from being told what we're not. And I remember I confided in this first lady.
No.
And I said,
I'm going to take a hard left turn.
this is when I wanted to start my nonprofit for young mothers of prosperity. And I'm like, well, I want to motivate young mothers, adolescent teens at risk of becoming young mothers, being that I've been there, I've done that. I just want to provide the resources and be a good motivational speaker and mentor to them. Turn around, preach a sermon about the new fake preachers are motivational speakers. And
I don't think you ever told me this one.
And
You probably can't tell you because the face that you just made
would
had you at the front.
So me personally, I'm just like, you sit through the sermon, but it make you question. Like, I know I have this thing in me, you know.
Girl.
I know what I hold inside of me, and sometimes people could say things and make you doubt what you know you so sure about. Make you doubt maybe I am on the wrong side of the street. Maybe I wasn't supposed
to be over here.
Maybe I was supposed to be
grass is
over
not
here.
green.
I don't want to get too deep into this, but what I'm hating about that
should have turned two different colors.
Is that this is a place where you're supposed to come as you are, right?
Oh God.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Okay,
Yep,
I
that
just
happened.
that's you should have told me that off.
But you have to. I have to always. I learned how to dissociate church and church folk.
Yeah.
Because the building did nothing wrong to me. The building still stands for what it's supposed to stand for. It's the people in the building.
Girl.
See, then this
I'm
is
so happy my best friend happy now.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
So, hi Jesus, love you. The premise is very true. Shout out to my mentor, because what we just ended up studying yesterday was the science behind being happy and how it's literally beneficial for the organization to ensure that individuals are in a win-win situation. Then you start to think about, how do I produce a win-win situation from the perspective of ministry? It's going to be hard. Correction doesn't feel good. Some of these sermons are going to hurt your feelings, but it's all for the benefit of your discipline. How is it a win-win situation then? Because from the pulpit, it seems like I've achieved. So I just preached, 2 Sundays ago, and from the pulpit, it sounds as if I've mastered this thing. I'm making a point to say, no, we're students at the same time. I just happen to got the lesson first, and now I'm sharing the information. But how is it a win-win situation if you're doing things of this nature? Pulpit whipping, shaming,
come on now,
spiritual gift hoarding, not showing people the loving kindness.
Can we
the Lord
talk about spiritual gift hoarding?
We can, because it goes with authenticity. Because my thing is, I love my
people
pastor.
will kill your
over your
people.
What did they do to Joseph?
Kill.
His brothers put him in a well because of the coat he had on.
Because of who he was supposed to be.
Because he said in the dream, y'all bow down to me. In the dream, I'm not this daddy's favorite, but I'm positioned.
But that just goes into, and this brings me back to learn the power of moving in silence. Sometimes even when you're so sure about what your lane is, you got to learn how to shut the hell up.
It ain't for everybody to know.
It's not even meant for nobody to share right now.
Shout out to the hybrid cars that don't make noise anymore.
Stop trying to tell everybody where you going and what you doing, and you're constructing the road as you go.
It still goes back to validity. You're only speaking because you want someone to validate your move. I don't need you to validate my move,
baby. Because when it came down to this pod, it happened. It wasn't, I'm seeking, oh, you gonna listen, you gonna listen. If I start a pod, I didn't do a status of, oh, if I start the pod, who gonna listen? Who gonna support me?
Oh, God.
Oh, if I open a boutique, who gonna buy my clothes? Nobody.
Example,
nobody.
I spent all 4 years of high school asking all the guys what? If I cut hair, would you let me cut your hair?
Can I make a segue just at that moment? My wife's not gonna watch this anyway. Yes, you can cut my hair. Fade, asymmetrical bob, baldy. You can put a part in that, John. I got a little hot dog roll, but I know you can get around that. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to use scissors, a straight razor?
I got a lot of no's, and that scared me from my passion. My passion has always been to cut hair, and I was doing hair for at least a solid 5 years before I was like,
But you know why?
I don't want to do this.
People are more insecure about your gift than you are. Mm-hmm. People have more issue with your gift than you will ever have. Because in order to acknowledge someone else's gift, you have to admit that that's not mine. And we're in a perpetual state of, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. I'm going to hoard everything because I'm so scared. If we could make it biblical, the Bible says we're not given a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a sound mind. You're not supposed to be timid. And when you act out of that space, it's always a fight or flight response.
Man,
or freeze.
You ain't supposed to be timid, but you meek. Practice meekness.
Oh, meek is humility. That ain't got nothing to do with being careful.
Practice meekness.
Because I'm big humble, but I will do you.
And
so it's a whole other side.
That's my biggest thing. And I feel like bits of me after these last 2 weeks of running into certain things, I feel like I finally reached that level of I don't have to introduce myself when I walk into a room.
Why?
But my hustle spoke for me before I got here. It's not about no. Don't miss the point. What I'm saying is, it's not that I go into a room. Hi, I'm not Shay, and this is what I do. I've waited for the moment my hustle spoke well before I got there. To where I could come into a room and I could just say hi, and it's just like, I listened to the pod. Oh, I seen you do coaching. Oh, congratulations on this. My hustle spoke for me, because that's what building and walking in your own lane will do for you. You will never have to introduce yourself when you walking in your truth and you building the stepping stones you supposed to be building for yourself. You're never gonna have to introduce yourself.
Let me put that on in an illustration wise, right? We just had an individual come in to the house that knew me in college, right? And they can certify the fact that I didn't say anything to anybody. I've always been Big Mike. When I walked on the 7th floor and I walked into your classroom, I'm the captain of the football team. I'm the funniest dude you know. I don't have to explain anything to you.
Period.
And even now, to the sense now, I'm getting jobs off of jobs. I'm not soliciting anything. I haven't handed out a business card I don't know how long. You've heard of me. So one of your friends have had one of my plates. You've seen these bomb pictures I'm putting out. You've seen my security guards at your event holding it down. You don't even know who they are. Shout out to Triple S Security. This is the premise of making sure that I'm solidified in my own idea. Because if you sit down at enough tables and you spread out your idea enough, you will water that thing down. It will become to get thin out, because a lot of these people can't interpret what I'm doing. They can't interpret, like you said, the blueprint. Their minds can't fathom, I can be greater than sitting on the north end. I can be greater than this 9 to 5. I love my job. Shout out to the financial institution that gave me employment, because I love you. But I have enough hustles to keep the checks coming in anyway. I just go there because they need health insurance. So it is what it is. But it's like you said, when you asking people, you gonna let me cut your hair? What's the worst you could do? Sure. Oh snap! You push my hairline back, it grows back.
Right.
First of all, don't look on one of my sides. I live by this quote. I don't like meat meal. Scared money don't make no money.
And if I ever go broke, I'm gonna take your money.
Like, listen, it's a fact.
And honestly, segue real quick. When I lost my job in February, I can't tell you how many times I said that. And it wasn't like I'm going to rob you. I'm going to hustle to the point you got to buy something from me.
You're going
to come see me.
You got to come see me.
I am now the plug of whatever it is.
Whatever product you were looking for.
I'm now the plug for it. Because, baby, it hit me one day. It was like, scared money don't make no money. Bitch, you broke. You better take that money. I started coming up with ideas, girl.
Bro, when I tell you, it's the same idea. When I lost my job, I was working at a halfway house, And also some old funniness, I ended up losing my job. I ended up working at Aaron's. It's funny enough. The person who put me on Aaron's used to live here. I ended up losing my job at Aaron's over some foolishness, and I'm really just sitting on the edge of the bed like, bro, I got mouths to feed, and I'm bottoming out. What am I about to do? And a spark of inspiration, Laura's like, yo, you know how to cook, right? I was like, I do? He's like, try it. So I'm on Pinterest looking at something like, I'm going to try that and post and see what happened. Mike's Mill was birthed over desperation. Let's be real. Because real hustle don't come out of the fact that I want to be inspired. It doesn't come out of the fact that I want to be great today. No. It comes out of after you hit rock bottom and you got to get back in your bag and remember what I really come from, what I can really do. I was minded I can cook. And I got back in the kitchen and started slinging them pots. And then here we are. But like you said, it came out of that space where, okay, the 9-to-5 didn't rock with me and unemployment didn't ran out. And they still asking for they $159.99 at Sprint because y'all the devil.
Let me tell you, you want to know who you are? Get your back up against the wall. It will reveal exactly
backed up into
who
a wall.
you are. And I say this with all of me.
Yes.
All of me. If you ever doubt who you are, think back on that one situation where your back was against the wall, and baby, however you reacted, whatever persona you had to adapt to get the job done, whatever the outcome is, whether you folded, you crumbled, you bent, you broke, or you hustled your way out, that's who you are.
Right.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news or good news, but baby, that's who you are. If you fold under pressure, God damn it, you better be the best folder there is. You better be a red folder, green folder, yellow folder, blue folder.
You better be the folders at Walmart to put the shirts so cleanly.
You better be that too.
Folded so nicely.
You better be the best folder. But if you the person who, when they back against the wall, you could buckle down, hustle, get strict with yourself, and show discipline. Stop doing it. Just discipline. Stop doing it when it's time to get yourself out of something. Learn how to implement that every day in the life, because you just revealed, one, I got it in me.
I can do this.
It's there.
I'm
Two,
capable.
And I guarantee you made it look easy for about 5 people who was around you. God damn it, just do it. I can't sit. This is why I do not. You talk about walking in your own lane. This is why I stick with people who know who they are, live in their truth, and then I can't do the I should have had, could have had, I would have had. I don't.
When I get right,
I don't hang with could be, can't. I don't hang with them people. My people say I'm going to. I have done. This is what the plan is. I can't deal with a I shoulda.
Wait, you missed it. She said the one. Yo, when I get right. I hate a dude, and listen.
Well, when you get right, at what age?
When
you gonna start trying to get right, though? At least try.
To some of my brothers, yo. Let me explain something to y'all, fellas. There's nothing wrong with having a vision later on in life. There's nothing wrong with finding who you are later on, past the so-called formative years. But stop coming around with these grand business schemes and no proof. Yo, we just do this over here. Bro, you talking about tricking money. I'm not about to do all that. You got these dudes that want to wake up today at 40 years old and all of a sudden I'm a rapper. Yo, get out my face, bro. I understand that you have a cadence, you got some raps or whatever, but bro, what time do you have left on your calendar? Can I explain to you the age that you are supposed to retire? You are 28 years shy of not supposed to be at work. And you talking about you want to start a street campaign now about rapping? What relevance do you have to say? First of all, hip-a-dip, that's today's rap. You got that in you?
Right.
Do you have that in you? Because Rakim only do shows for the people who know who Rakim is.
Period.
You not about to come out at 40 and be Jigga. Because Jigga started when his teeth didn't match and his change was too big.
You know what?
Help me understand.
And his white teeth was oversized.
Facts. And he was the most square dude in Rockefeller.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that grind. The grind comes from the truth of what you are. So at the end of the day, I love the fact that I have a relationship with God. I love the fact that I'm a leader of men. I love the fact that I'm a preacher. If I did not tell the truth, I would be remiss. If I did not tell these people, I'm this close between a Bible and a bando. This close. If the Holy Ghost did not keep me,
baby, I'm holy and hood.
I'd be busting in your door with the fofo. This close. And it's not because I want to have this hood persona. Because anybody knows me, I was never on nobody's block. I did a little dirt, whatever. But the the tissue, the roots. I know where I come from and what I come from. So like when you said, when I got backed into a corner, I don't know how to yield. I'm not built to back down. Mm-hmm. I'm one of the most persistent people that you'll know. You
built for tough?
The Lord tough.
So put that on a shirt.
Hey, talk to me. If y'all didn't know that, I told you I married the same person twice. I am persistent. I'm gonna get my point across.
I'm gonna get my point across.
What did Steve Urkel tell Laura? I'm gonna wear you down. Sometimes you gotta put them on. A lot of people don't always have a revelation of what's going on, and that's the hard part. Dick Gregory said it in an interview. The sight that individuals have like this, it costs. And in order to have the sight to see, it's a cost to you. You're not going to have the most friends. You're not going to be invited to everything.
Come on
You're
now.
not going to be the most popular. People are not going to like and share and tweet and follow. None of that, because there's a cost to the site. Because when you share that site with people and they're already uncomfortable with themselves, you know what's more uncomfortable you just made them? So now another person in my square or in my circle understand da-da-da-da. You make them uncomfortable. This pod happened because I hit Naya and I said, yo, how do I do this? She sent me a list of stuff, buy these things, do this. Now, if she was scary in where she was walking at, there'd be no TCB. Because I wouldn't have had no...
Maybe if you didn't call her with that question, there probably wouldn't be a pod coach.
Ooh, follow up. Because it was legit a text. Matter of fact, I think it was the same text right around the time you lost your job. Mm-hmm. We was having a conversation. Man, I was in the bathroom at the school in the handicap stall. I'm a big brother. Can y'all please explain why y'all put the toilet tissue thing right near my knee? I can't even get a full rotation of the hip because my knee keep hitting the toilet paper. Sorry. Big man stuff. But when you ask questions to individuals, shout out to Norman O's Photography, shout out to Dale Darden, shout out to Gary Knighton. I ask these brothers questions and they don't charge me to answer. Ooh, key point. There was no consultation fee. There was no get me back fee. Right. There was no, hey, you gotta pay homage.
For a favor.
No scratch my back.
Me out.
These jokers just told me, hey, get this lens, do that. And there's a few times I believe Norman nicely cussed me out. No, Mike, that is dumb.
He always nicely cussing people out.
Don't do that. That is dumb. You don't even need that camera. Stop buying that stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. I thought I was doing something right. Okay. Let me just stay out of your inbox. But you know what's the best thing he's done? Not answering me. Mm-hmm. As much as he's literally put me on for 100,000 different ideas, the ones he didn't answer were the best ones. Because you know what happened? You gotta figure it out. I asked the GOAT the question. He didn't answer. Shoot. Well, maybe this will work. Try it. There's an anointing in trying. Mm-hmm. You really got to get out there and really, who would have thought I'd be sitting with some microphones and got the whole spiel up and all this stuff and sharing ideas that I believe people need to hear. Whether you want to listen or not, it's up to you.
Right.
I'm going to still be inspiration.
That part.
Right.
You can push play, get your life changed.
I just think it's like what you said. That hit me because if you are comfortable with who you are and what you got going on, you would never be selfish or whatever. Because
I'm still me.
Like you said, I could give you the whole recipe.
You're never gonna get the sauce right.
But it's not even, and it's just gonna be different because it's yours. Right.
Let me tell you how this
because
wrist works.
It's yours.
My wrist work a whole lot different than other dudes. You can make all the bechamel cheese sauce you want to make.
Look, they still mixing like this.
Listen, when I hit the Pyrex, it's a little different. My stuff don't. I've seen so many people try to emulate what I do. There was no home chefs when Mike Mills was coming out. It was me and CT. Me and CT was dominating. Sin Sweets, me and CT. We was dominating. The pandemic.
If y'all don't know CT Smith, he's
Smith,
a chef.
Sin Sweets. No, that's designer chef.
Yeah, he's a chef.
That's hashtag designer chef.
Personal chef.
Hey, that's my main.
Of the hard chef.
What the heck was that?
I had to dig it from my.
That was a lot of
Can you say it again?
That's like Hebraic in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. We'll talk about that off camera.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try.
I know what she said.
It like you was
the
saying
enunciation. That's a lot of jaw control. What individuals have to understand? Check it out, right? And this is my gripe because me and CT talked about it before his episode aired. My gripe is the pandemic made a bunch of copycats. People being in the house too long made a bunch of anomalies.
Didn't we have that conversation?
It wasn't a bunch of authenticity. Because honestly, if that pandemic didn't inspire you to get in your bag, you're a loser, bro.
Get in your bag.
Can I just say it like that?
Get in your bag, stay in your bag. Get in your bag, stay in your bag.
I ain't got no rhythm, but I was gonna try to, because if being at home, stuck at home, and told you can't doesn't produce the hustle in you, you're not a hustler.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's why I commend everybody who started something,
and not a copy of something.
They
started something. Whether you're successful now, whether you got a little money, whether it folded. You started something that wasn't a copy of somebody else.
I was gonna say, because I started my boutique. Wasn't your normal boutique. All I did was accessories, bags, belts, pocketbooks. What else I had? Headband. Oh, I was big on headbands. I killed it with the headbands. Your girl smashed it. Earrings, neck, anything accessory, because that was my thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big dresser. I'll be plain Jane, but baby, my accessories is gonna put it.
Shout out to the big heels, yo. Those.
You're never giving.
I'm never getting off them big heels. Them big heels was.
I'm not the best dresser.
Everything.
Them were the ones that Jody was trying to sell at the beauty salon.
Would kill you. So I knew that was my lane. So I started that, but I ended it. I dissolved that business.
But key word, it was your lane.
Yeah.
No disrespect to it. Oh, let's add in Jerkway, because I love you too, Jerkway. Let's put that in where people were dominating the field. Then you had a space and time where no one could go to work, no one could really do nothing, no one could really leave the house. People sat on their timelines and watched people still move and said, I'm going to do that to move. Mm-hmm. You know how corny that is? Like, I've seen a bunch of flyers and a bunch of bull over food and stuff that I wouldn't eat on your block, let alone in your kitchen. But everyone's going to run to it. You know why? It's the sheep mentality.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to run to that same plate. The same collard greens and macaroni and cheese.
Oh, I want to try that person. Oh, I want to try that person.
I want to see your kitchen before I'm even considering your food.
I can't even tell you how many times I done cooked for people, places, or whatever.
I still ain't get no seafood.
I've been told, nah, you need to start a restaurant. Nah, you need to sell dinners. Nah, you need to do this. Nah.
Shit, I'm going to keep ignoring that.
I hear you.
I know.
Like, I've been taught, but I won't do. That's not my lane. Right. That's not my avenue.
I just have to be able
to
cook.
I love cooking so much. I refuse to start a business on something I love out of passion and joy. And the business kills my passion and my joy
immediately,
because it wasn't meant for me to make money off of it. The problem is people be trying to turn what's supposed to be their hobby and their downtime enjoyment into a business and wonder why they don't enjoy it as much. It wasn't supposed to be a business. Stop making every joyful thing into a monetary thing. Mm-hmm. Everything not meant to make money. Because if that's the case, I'll kick your ass in Uno every day and make $1 million. I love kicking ass. I don't know, but I love it.
Can we Google this?
It probably is. You can make money doing anything.
House rules are real rules.
I don't know. If I play standard,
I don't even know what the rules are.
But let's go back to your example, right? What if when dudes told you no, they wasn't get their hair cut, you started doing, I don't know,
gymnastics,
roller sets? No, let's stay in the same field. You want to cut hair, but because it's more acceptable for you to do hair,
she hated
it'll still your joy because that's not what I came here for.
I never had joy about women here. Hated women.
Yeah,
that's not what I came here for.
I just did a demo today at a hair school.
Ooh, go you, Aaron.
And they was asking the model that I had. I went to esthetician school with her. I am a licensed esthetician, barber, and cosmetologist.
Say that again.
Licensed esthetician, barber, and cosmetologist.
Resume.
But she had just got she had just got her hair colored, and I was cutting it, and I was gonna blow dry it. And somebody was like, "Did you do her color too?" I said, "Absolutely not." And they was like, "Oh, you don't like doing color?" Absolutely not. And it was like, "That can you do?" Yes. I can do it. I can do whatever you want me to do. I'm not passionate about it. So the end result is going to make me mad if you don't smile automatically. I done sat here with you for 7 hours, and I made you look like this damn picture of this blonde ginger white lady, and you came in with jet black hair.
Ginger.
It's out there. It's out there. It's out there.
And the first thing you gonna say is, I still see some yellow. Get out my chair. Get out my chair. Get out this establishment.
But it's the same thing with me. I can bake. Can we talk about this? I can bake. I hate baking. I don't like anything that has an exact science because I don't like being told what to do. So when I get in the kitchen, I season with the ancestors. I do. If I can't see my seasoning, it ain't seasoning. But with baking, you have to do everything to the level a heaping cup versus a regular cup.
Yeah, I like that.
You got to. I can't stand it.
I asked her. I was the baker in high school.
But my thing is, I'll bake for the right people, but I don't. On none of my business inquiries anywhere does it elicit baking. You can't ask me. Now, if you're a preferred customer, I'll go this far stretch for you. But that's the thing. You know how somebody offered me a couple times. I've been offered kitchen spots at different restaurants. It would steal the joy from me to make me cook your menu. If you're not going to give me the license to be me, leave me alone. Yep, go ahead.
Oh.
Should I buy a Honda?
Should have kickstarted Hyundai. Woo!
Should have ramen noodles and seasoning hibachi grill.
Oh my God, chop suey and all the Japanese.
Y'all not about to keep. Y'all not about to go on a whole 10-minute rant saying random stuff.
If I can't be I can't get the license. It just do me.
Just leave me alone.
Do me. That's why I started. I love my little analogies and metaphors because that's why I started driving. I don't want to wait for nobody. I don't want to be on nobody's time. I want to be able to move how I want to move, where I want to. Granted, I was driving long before I got my license.
I was about to say,
that's a null and void point. That's a different story.
We're not going back because that's how you open cases.
But my thing is,
Baby had 3 cars and she still
why did you go through all of this to find out and be you and get down to you to get around people and be them?
Well, no. We're not going to segue past that. Because you know what that's called? It's called osmosis. When you get around people, not even osmosis, it's symbiotic. When I get around people that's glowing, and I myself do not glow, I will symbiotically attach myself to your glow.
Just to get your glow.
And my thing is, I've never entertained people in my circle that I know are trying to siphon off my glory. You will not.
And honestly, I've reached that point in some of my relationships now. It's just like...
I tell you like this, if we ain't talking money, we ain't talking.
Come on.
What the conversation about?
And it's not even money.
I got kids, bro. What the conversation about?
Money. If this is not first off, if the conversation is not uplifting me, encouraging me, inspiring, motivating, shifting,
edification,
turning,
exaltation, or comfort.
Nothing. If it's nothing happening in that conversation that is conducive to my well-being phase or stage or practice in life at that moment, get the fuck off my phone.
Listen, you know why?
Ain't no point.
No, but we here now.
Oh, my bad.
Shout out to all the people who are going to text me later about
Praise the Lord.
You know why? You know why I like Chanel? I'm gonna tell you why. You know why? We've been cool since we met, right? Mm-hmm. You don't talk to me. I think it's dope. I've never been bothered. You know why? Because it's consistent every time. You're never rude. You're never mean. You don't play funny with me. When you see me, you say hello. But I like it because I know exactly what I'm dealing with. But I also know that you out here getting a bag. And I know that if the opportunity wasn't to arise, or if there was a scenario where I had to run something by you, there's good ground there. Because you're not always running your mouth. Mm-hmm. Your status ain't always just running your mouth. You either showing you in there getting busy with the Clippers, y'all on vacation, because y'all swear to God y'all still on vacation. And that's it. You're not messy.
You go to Hawaii.
Y'all meet places.
And the islands.
I be having to text her to make sure y'all okay, because I'm real protective about my people. I'm like, I see y'all on the island. Like, y'all okay? Do I need to fly out there and get y'all? You fine? Okay.
Baby, in 10 days. 10 days.
I just got back off a month tour.
My passport will be stamped.
I know that's right.
Are they still stamping?
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't care if somebody put a nipple on it. Something better to be on this passport.
I ain't been out the country in a while.
Wait, why they got nipples on the passport?
Because they don't have
nipples on the passports. Oh, she just saying, if you ain't gonna stamp my passport, put your nipple on it.
You better put some.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know. Because I don't own the passport, because I don't necessarily go nowhere just yet. Yet being the key word, because we like, words that are
10 days.
You know how I got into travel?
10 days.
I after my son's father died, I realized during that week I spent like $500 because I was just mindlessly like whatever.
Blown.
And I was sitting there and I wanted to go see my father so bad in Florida, and I was like, why am I sitting here?
I can leave right now.
Why am I sitting here? The ticket was like $230.
Right now I'm leaving.
I'm doing all this extra stuff, buying all this food, and I could spend $230 for a round trip ticket.
And have a peace of mind when I get there, though.
After that, baby.
Listen.
So anybody, you want to go to Aruba? Hell yeah, come on.
You know what's the scariest part for traveling for me? I didn't travel for a long time because I don't like spending money. I'm big frugal. I really do not like spending money.
All inclusive.
But watch this, right? So this month of August, I was off 3 out of the 4 weeks in the month of August, traveling other places. And the way the Lord loved me, because I don't know how He loved y'all, I didn't spend money. My first 2 stops, I really didn't spend no money. I got flew out the first time. The second time, pretty much got flew out. The third time, I paid for my family more than I paid for me. But the money was available to be given out like that.
Right.
So I'm coming out of this comfortable space. Also, shout out to me who falls asleep for nothing. I drove 9 hours to North Carolina and I was awake the whole time. I didn't veer. We didn't almost hit no guardrail.
Y'all don't understand how big of an accomplishment.
Thank you. She knows I fall asleep. If they
You could be talking to Mike, but if sleep is coming, sleep is taking over.
We've done third shifts where we are knee deep in a deep conversation, and then 4:30 came.
Mike with the laptop in front of him, and
where did that go? I'll go upstairs to check on the client, and she said, "Oh, you baby, you up? You awake now? When did I fall asleep?"
When I said the right before,
because it was 1:15 when you laughed, and it's 4:30 now, and I don't know. Did I fall into a wormhole?
Yes.
Why am I here?
Yes.
But all that to say, like, it got to a point where I want to be this person. And that came out of a season of barrenness. First of all, I'm going to be a little more practical. When people talk about marriage, right, it's not standing at the altar and just saying I do.
Come on,
it's an
you
exchange,
gotta say,
right?
yeah.
And then when you get divorced, it's like how my pastor would say, it's a living funeral. In your heart, someone has died, but they're walking right past you. So in that season where I hit rock bottom, done, mental, physical, emotional, the only energy I had left was to preach and pray for other people, because I was dying otherwise. At that point, I sat in this horrible basement apartment that to this day, if I see that landlord curb stomping, but I don't want to be this person. Being sad hurts. Like when I say it hurt to where the bones in my toes hurt. Like, you ever been so sad all you do is go to sleep?
Yeah.
I've been so sad that my body was just shaking for no reason.
I'm done.
I couldn't it was just sitting there shaking.
I'm just tapped out.
Like you said, down in my bones, shaking.
I was like, I don't want to be this person, so who do I want to be? I remember being bullied all through high school, or at least up until I was the biggest thing in the school and realized I could throw people down the hallway. But being bullied showed me, listen, you stuff enough people in their lockers, they'll stop. But being bullied showed me I'm only ostracized for what you think I am. Going into college, realizing no one that's going to Cabot Community College knows me from anything from this day. I can literally be who I want to be. I meant not a persona and not a fake identity. I got in my bag. Every morning I wake up and I look like this. No brush, I look like this. I am a thick thimble. Look at my face. I look like this.
I like
this, you know? And then I started to realize, like, yo, I'm not as bad as the atmosphere around me wants me to be. People are comfortable in your misery. People want you to be as miserable as they are.
People will hold you hostage
in their
to
misery.
Your past and they toxicity.
Use that word.
Just to be.
Just so they can have a one-up.
You.
It's okay, Mike. You're gonna be fine, bro. No, I'm not. I'm broke. I got stuff I need to go do. Right. So once I realized I want to get in my bag and really want to be, I want to be Big Mike. That's what I want to be. That's who I choose I want to be. And it happened as soon as I began to manifest it in my mind. It was an actuality. I don't have a persona. I don't necessarily have an attachment to an ego. I am who I am. Kanye said in the song, "Everything I'm not is everything that I am." I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm not lonely. I'm definitely not broke. Everything I'm not goes to say who I am. Right. I'm a great person. Now, just because the people that I was surrounding myself with at the time could not see that is their problem. And it's not my problem.
Listen.
And again, I wake up and I go like this.
I had to get past the people don't see my value. They don't see my value. Bitch, stop showing your value to the wrong people.
You know why people don't see their value? Because they still shop at the dollar store.
Not even that. It's just you keep revealing that part of yourself to people who showed you they wasn't even worthy.
It doesn't belong to them.
Like, girls, stop.
I'm not, and you know how bad it was? But I have a vivid memory for negative things. I don't know. My brain's wired stupid. I remember every chick that didn't make it. I have a laundry list of chicks. I'm talking about, you could have had the world, bro. Like, there's one in specific that I was thinking about the other day. Like, bro, you had my nose open enough to drive a Cadillac through. And you still couldn't pay attention. Because people are not comfortable in authenticity. Especially when you walk around in your truth, you make people so uncomfortable. I've been so calm in the last couple months. People don't know how to talk to me anymore. Because you're not going to put me out my space. One of my homeboys said my feng shui is an armor. My peace is impregnable. You can't do nothing about it. And when you try, I'm going to lighten my face and remind you that you can't be here. And then I bless you. And then I leave.
Not me.
You're not, no. You know why? Because my temper has always been a bad space for me.
Me too.
And I've let people trick me into that spot. I'd rather have to turn into the Incredible Hulk, or how my mother say the grizzly bear, because something was actually happening, not because I perceived something by the story I was telling myself. Y'all not about to trick me out my bag no more. I'd rather be over here, and when you figure it out and get the revelation, maybe I'll have space for you.
Right. You know what this bring me to?
Talk to me.
One of my favorite scriptures.
Ooh, Lord. Come on, Jesus.
A double-sided man is unstable in all his ways.
And should expect to receive nothing from God.
If you don't know who you are, or you ride in a fix of who people want you to be and who you shall be or who you need to be, if you stuck on that fence, how you expect to reap anything?
Notice that the scripture said that God won't even bless you at that place.
Because you confused, baby.
Where's the address?
First off, you're confused. Confusion is nothing else but
the Lord does not offer confusion.
I can't.
He got these blessings for you, but you keep changing your address. Where am I sending this?
It just keep getting rerouted.
You just keep sending it around.
It just go, and somebody
You know what? Return it to sender. Return it to sender.
You know what? Gabriel, go pick that up for me.
But the
They're
problem
not trying to answer the door.
He keep rerouting your blessings, and somebody along the way like, oh, let me get a piece of that.
Oh, let me just hold this blessing.
It's like, baby, get off that fence and just stand firm in who you are and be comfortable in it. Because, babe, she loud. Oh, she always got something to say. Oh, she always got
All those things are true, and I like them.
I love them all because that is me. Yes, I'm loud.
On the outside, you know what's so dope about that though? I know exactly what to expect from you. It's never, I wonder if she's gonna be mean to me today. First of all, she's never been mean to me a day in my life, but I know exactly what I'm getting.
Can you say that again for the people who thought I was?
She's never been mean to me. You know what your problem is? You're too soft for the truth. Because there's a difference between Parmesan Reggiano and cream cheese, but okay. Some people just can't take my pastor said it wasn't the graduation we just had for our new minister, shout out class 10. She just said David was one of the worst people in the Bible. David was a man after God's own heart, but killed his homeboy after he got his homeboy's wife pregnant. David was a terrible person. But David walked in his truth. He always presented himself. It's me, Lord, standing in need of prayer. I have an issue with me, not anybody else. I got a problem with me. And the worst part is being corrected. You know what the Bible says about correction? Discipline does not feel good while it's happening, but there's a harvest of righteous living if you're able to endure. You know how hard it is to take discipline? You know how hard it is? There's been things you said to me, I had to sit on it for a second. I don't like that she said that. So then, but wait, that was truthful. Okay, stop acting like a sissy. Get back to work.
Acting like a sissy.
Because some people be soft for no reason.
Yeah.
But I can't stand nobody soft, man. Take the truth.
It takes a person who could take it to give it. Because if I couldn't take it for myself, I would never be able to be the person to give it. Because I can honestly say it's been plenty of conversations we done had, and you done sat me down about a few things.
There's been a few.
There's been a few times where I've reached out and be like, Mike, I know only you could know how to direct me in this. Because it's just certain times you have to be like, the way I want to go is not the right way, so I need correction. And two, you got to be able to take it in and be like, I don't got all my shindig together. Because if I did,
I wouldn't be asking this question. 3, the meek shall inherit the earth, first of all. Anyway, so my whole, even what you just said, right? There's got to be a point in your life where you realize that the fruit of my hands has not produced what I'm looking for. So I have to be comfortable enough to reach out. Hey, you know how nerve-wracking it was that I had just picked up a camera, and me and Norman weren't friends. You know, whatever. We grew up in Bloomfield. You know, we see each other in passing, but I knew who the GOAT was. Why am I gonna ask Tom, Dick, and Harry when I can ask the dude who's killing the game right now? Right. I'm shooting at the top. You know how they say, would you take $500,000 or Jay-Z dinner? I would take the $500,000 and take Jay-Z to dinner. No one ever thought about that part. They said either or. No, I'm gonna take the bag and then bring him to dinner. I get both. It's a matter of perspective.
And that dinner ain't gonna come up to more than about 5,000.
Now with Jigga, man, it might be a little 40. He might flex on me, but I still had the rest of the
He
money.
gonna flex on me, not me or him.
You really? You right? So, but I still get what I want.
So you still got your money?
Yeah, because I'm gonna cover the tip, 5 G's.
Yeah,
for
listen, I'm
$40,000
do
dinner.
that.
That's
Everybody
not
going to
bad.
his restaurant, drinking his liquor, we good.
Right.
So my thing is, I shot at the top. I want to get the answers from the best source. So when I went to ask a podcast question, who did I come to?
The GOAT.
I did. I'm not. hey, talking like you walking. So there's a lot of podcast individuals I could have asked, but there's a lot of people who gave me side answers, as if you get to ask me. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Queen in her 96 years. Goodbye. Sorry, I had a colonizer moment.
Honestly, when you said the Queen, I know
don't do it.
This was my young years kicking because, baby, I'm like these TikTok, the Queen that, Queen Latifah.
That chick that had me dying. There's like Mary J. Blige.
Taraji.
Yo, Adele.
Yo, who said Adele?
The girl, she's like, Adele. Like, she really, Adele? Like, child, that queen been dead in my mind. She died when I was in high school.
Listen, once Betty White was gone, that's the only old white lady I was.
Who you telling? That was my girl.
Betty White was a G. I like Betty.
Betty mouth was
reckless.
Child, I
Talking
can't
cash
wait to get
money.
to her age, okay?
You know what another one got me? I was watching Drink Champs with Tank.
I love Drink Champs.
I love Tank. Tank is one of my favorite people in all of creation. So Tank
gets to talk about that.
Oh, I love Tank so much. Tank gets to the end, right? He's like, they're like, who you want to do a versus with? He's like, nobody. I say, what do you mean? Who in these streets doing me? I got 60 million in the streets right now. I done wrote for this person, this one. He said, who you know going to the studio, write, produce, and sing English and Spanish?
I'm not doing the verses with nobody.
He said the only person that can touch me is in prison. And he said, I'm humble enough to know I will always chase the ghost of R. Kelly, but I'm him. He said, no, put the liquor down and stop clapping. Let me be clear, I'm him. Nobody's gonna get in a booth and outdo me about nothing. He said, I'm a student of Genuine, but he's not me. He said, Jaheim can't do nothing with me. He said, the part that got me, he said, yo, it took 5 dudes on one song to get at me by myself. Now clap. I was like, oh, snap.
My thing,
I gotta go watch that.
Yo, it's the last 20 minutes.
I enjoy stuff like that because at a time, sometimes you gotta turn your humbleness up just a little bit.
I'll say it again. Turn your my humility, just like I do the gain on this here smart rig.
Oh, should I say turn it down?
No, turn it up.
Because
I'm still coming humble, but you gonna know.
But you gonna come.
Right.
I'm gonna come to you correct. Because even when people come to me about the podcast thing, granted, I tell you, I don't know everything.
No, but I
can give you the fundamentals of how to get it. Now, what works for me, and I tell all of my coachees, what worked for me
may not work
will
for you.
Will not work for you. I am the master of my lane. Ooh. My job is to help you build your foundation then you can drive and figure out what your lane is. I'm on season 4 and we still say building as we're driving because we're still making tweaks and adjustments because nothing is fully perfected. Right. Exactly. Right. So I tell them, what work for me ain't gonna work for you. My sound ain't your sound. What you listening and what you get excited for me about, they're not coming to you for that. When I drop
the octave and I talk like this, that may not be for everybody, but I know that I sound wonderful when I use this voice. This is my get out of the doghouse voice.
I was about to say, it works on your wife.
No. Let me put the tongue back in.
On that
the illustration I was getting, remember? I was just talking to one of my students about it. Simba was out there with Timon and Pumbaa eating bugs and Hakuna Matata until Nala showed up and said, bro, you are the king of Pride Rock. What are you down here playing with your food?
Know who you are.
She said, you are the king. How dare you?
And honestly, we're going to say this and we got to wrap up. But we're going to say this. I hate when you can see the potential and purpose in somebody and they have yet to see it for themselves, to walk in who they're supposed to be.
Like, yo,
and they're living so beneath their dreams and their authenticity level. And you could be like, yo, you could be reaching this person, that person, and you see it. First off, I thank God for giving me that gift of being able to realize when something else is in somebody.
Right.
But it's more so, it's heartbreaking and wrenching when a person haven't found that for themselves. And they're living so beneath who they're supposed to be. Because God, I be wanting to just
I don't know what that was terrifying.
I be wanting
I wasn't even looking up and got scared.
Child, I be wanting to just take them and be like, "This not you."
But no, sometimes you really gotta shake people loose from their insecurity.
Or like
Come on, bring it to
Black Panther.
I was about to say Wakanda forever.
I'm gonna cry through that whole movie. I'm letting y'all know now.
When he was getting beat by T'Challa, whatever.
No.
T'Challa.
When Killmonger was getting beat.
And she said, "Show him who you are."
Oh no, that's M'Baku. Right. He was fighting M'Baku. He was like,
and she was like, "Show him who." Sometimes
somebody gotta shake you loose.
Because you do need people who could come up to us and be like, "You forgot who the fuck you are."
But you know why? That's why I'm the bad guy. I'm always the bad guy because I don't enable people to stay in a broken space.
No.
If you gonna be around me, I'm gonna shake greatness out of you one way or another. And if you can't stand it,
you're gonna go.
Distance yourself.
But you're
because
gonna
I'm not
go.
gonna change for you. I'm not gonna be something enable your behavior. If I really love you,
you gotta be great.
I'm invested.
You gotta be great.
I'm invested though. I'm gonna put money behind it. I'm gonna spend attention and time. All of my sisters know because I got a ton of sisters that not my mama kids. I'm not gonna sit around a bunch of people and not make them. That's why I don't have a lot of male friends because I'm an alpha and I know it. But that don't mean that you can't be an alpha and sit at my table. There's just a way to sit at my table. You're not just gonna come and put your feet on my table.
Right.
But if you want to sit around and be one of King Arthur's men, let's talk about it.
I was about to say because it could definitely be more than one alpha at the table. It's just more so a respect and a common level. You ain't about to come over here and have a pissing contest with me at my table.
Y'all just got
I'm here as a guest. Even though we're doing a duel, I am in Salt-n-Pepper Studios right now. I listen. I'm a guest, but at my residence, in my house. So when we do part 2 of this, they come to my house. We're gonna do stuff my way. But I love my sister. I love pulling up on y'all. Y'all fun. It's always a vibe. I love y'all.
It's always a vibe. Always good topics, good talks. And you know,
be who you're supposed to be.
The
Keyword.
sad part is, y'all, we could go for hours. When we get in the room,
this happens.
We could go for hours.
I think we talk almost a whole third shift.
Probably. I was about to say that's probably why we survived the third shift.
Yeah, them our check-ins wasn't cutting. You had to stay back and talk about something.
No, for real.
Because my mom just still said I missed 3 of them the other day. Shout out to the job. I'm finna quit.
And on that note, shouting this job out that you about to quit.
I'm gonna quit like a boss too. I'm gonna send them an edible arrangement in different colors, and if you put it all together, say I quit.
That's a lot. That's an investment.
No, because I'm.
You put it on a company card?
Oh, the big white card. Oh yeah, I'm going right upstairs into the office. Big white card.
I was gonna say put it on a company card. They can eat that fruit for days.
Listen, and they ain't gonna last day. You know them people. I'm hungry folks.
No, but moral of the story, y'all. Be you. Be comfortable with you, and really just live and love your truth.
You will love yourself. Self-love starts with authenticity. You can't love something that you're pretending to be.
Whew. That's why y'all should get my book. I am unavailable. Right, becoming self-full. Because baby, if you don't even know how to fill your own cup, the world not, nobody else's. You need to know who you are and be full of self before you can even present yourself to anybody else. Let's start there. Get the basics. Come on this journey with me. Get your book. It's on Amazon. It go on sale September 15th.
Tell them again.
September 15th.
Everywhere you want to get it, it's there.
It's go on
That's
sale.
A couple days from
I
now.
am unavailable.
It's 3 days
Becoming
from now.
self for 3 days.
What that day? Thursday.
That's a Thursday.
Oh, it's on. Hey, you know what? If you did your ADP right this week, Thursday is payday.
I'm trying to tell you.
You can go ahead and just drop the deposit now.
Yeah.
Put it to the side.
Just get the
right next to your little weed money, next to your little gas money. Put a little book money.
Put your little $20 to the shop.
Little book money. You know how mama and them used to do. Just go in and put it in the brazier.
Oh, I already got enough in this one.
I know.
I already got enough in this one. I done stuff so much during this podcast. I got a whole wallet up here.
Y'all be
Not a
prepared
wallet.
for episode 2. Because I don't have one of these, but...
Oh, I'm going to hook you up with my girl.
Yes, because I might need one.
And she shipped it in 2 days.
Ooh,
she
she
down
got
south,
blessed.
did it in 2 days, had it up here.
Y'all know when y'all come to my house, we eating. Okay?
Plugs. We connect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've been waiting for that.
Listen, I ain't fed y'all yet, and I been reviving some things, and these hands work. So it's gonna, I might make
Bless us.
neck bones or something, you know. That's for us.
Oh, I was about
I'm
to
gonna make
say.
you a crouton salad.
I don't eat it.
On that note,
What, babe, what you off to me too?
she don't eat chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, that's change your life real quick. You be alright. You
With
on
some
hand.
shrimp too? Can we have some shrimp?
Oh, we can stuff some chicken with some shrimp.
Yes.
We gotta
All
put
right.
Some
It's your girl Salt.
some watercress.
But do your thing. Not watercress. Do your thing, girl.
It's your girl Salt.
And your girl Peppa.
We just gave you no tea, straight seasoning.
You already know what it is and what to do. Now go subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the button. If you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe.
Just do that.
And this has been another episode of The Cutting Board. I'm your host, Mike Rose, and we out. Peace. There's a dance?